For the
There you go.
There you go. We are live.
All right, do we have any formalities we have to get out of the way first for the board meeting?
You want me to do roll?
Yeah, we're gonna do roll call. This is a special officers meeting to discuss the North Canal project and opening the sealed bids.
Okay, Tony's here. David.
Here.
John.
Here.
Jerry.
Here.
Bruce.
Yes.
Stuart.
Here.
Mary Jane. Here. Bosto.
Here,
And Donald. We're all here.
okay, floor is all yours.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate the opportunity to help you all out with this North Canal project. We solicited 4 total contractors to do the work. All of them were pre-vetted, pre-qualified with regards to the scope of work that was necessary for the job. And one of them was Shenandoah that you brought to the table, Donald. And of the 4, we had 2 that didn't follow instructions. So we have 2 bids that we received via email and or physically dropped off, right? And then we have 2 sealed bids. So we can approach it from the sealed perspective first or the unsealed.
Your call, your call. Your call.
Okay, and 4. Just wanted to make sure that we were forthright with you that there was 2 contractors that did not submit a sealed bid. All right, so the first bid that we're opening up was from South Florida Grading. All right. And, they filled out the quantities sheet that we provided to them. And their total fee or their total price was.
It was 1.3 million.
I thought you said 1.6.
Wait,
I'm sorry, I could be.
You didn't write it on here.
That's my mistake. We did not have a
total
total.
it, but it's 1.6?
If you want to move on to the next one, I can total
Yeah,
it out.
go ahead and total it out. My apologies for that. Try and keep tabs on these things, but sometimes you assign it to the underclass.
Not enough whips, not enough chairs.
That's right. Not enough whips, not enough chairs. Forgot my bamboo stick, right? So, or actually I broke my bamboo stick, so.
So painting is out.
Caning is out. So he's gonna go ahead and summarize that for us. The next one was Shenandoah, right? So Shenandoah came in, they did not have a sealed bid. And they did give us a total summation. Their total was, let's see here. $2.988 million. So almost just shy of $3 million. There's a huge disparity between them and South Florida Grading. So so far they're the high bid at almost $3 million. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and open up TNF Site Contractors.
TNF.
Yeah, Tom and Frank. They did have a sealed bid, so they followed the first set of instructions. So the confidence is growing. So they used our bid sheet. And see here. They gave us a total. They did not total the number up. They gave us 2 copies of the bid. So we're gonna have to total that one up as well. And just to be clear, he's doing it on his phone. I'd have a much higher level of confidence if we put these on a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So that, we don't miss a number.
That would happen anyway.
Yeah. So we got that from TNF. They did not provide a total.
The total for South Florida grading was $1,601,503.
1.7,
1.6.
1.6.
Close, yeah.
So go ahead and work on DNF. Good job of sealing it up, that's for darn sure. Okay,
Holds well.
so the next contractor is JFB Construction. And they did provide a sealed bid. And they have 2 copies of the bid. So their total came in at 1.45 million. So right at $1,450,355. So
While Seth Spencer's doing his addition, let's have the produce conversation. Apples, apples, apples.
yeah,
I assume that's analysis that will happen after today.
so
Take a look at all 4.
yeah, so the big thing here of why DKK, why it's important for DKK to set the stage,
Right.
is that you don't get a bunch of bids going in a bunch of different directions,
Right.
right? And different experiences, different pricing structures and things like that. So what we did is, number one, we made sure that the plans were tight.
Right.
Right, so the original North Canal project, we had to do some revisions and some things with the different footbridges or whatever. So in that design process, we get a series of
Quantity
quantities,
list.
and that's what we gave the contractor. So the contractor is required to use our quantities list, and we just eliminate. The only thing that we don't provide in that quantities list is their unit cost, and then the total for that line item.
And if they're doing their job right, they're checking to see if your quantities are correct by direct measurement
Correct.
and not beat themselves up.
Yes, exactly. So, that's the important part of this process, is that we do the hard work on the front side to corral all the different contractors so that they are playing by the same set of rules, they're bidding on the same plan set, and they're bidding on the same unit costs or units.
Just by first glance, are there any immediate knockouts?
So I would say, yeah, Shenandoah is out. $3 million. I don't think it's worth entertaining them for additional bid. So the number for South Florida grading is 1,600,000 plus or minus, right? What do you got for TNF?
TNF came in at 2,280,000.
All right, so 2,280,000.
2.3.
So I would say, I'm familiar with TNF. I'm familiar with South Florida grading, and I'm familiar with JFB. You have 2 bids that are north of $2 million. And then you have 2 bids that are within $150,000 of each other. And they all use our
Same quantity.
units, our quantity sheet, right? So I would say that the 2 that are north of $2 million, they're out. And then you're dealing with a South Florida grading and JFB.
Okay.
Both of them had questions during the RFI process. So if you're not familiar with the RFI process is once we let it out to bid, not all contractors have the same perspective and read the plans the same way as what.
RFI means request for information.
Yeah,
What exactly does this mean?
yeah, exactly. Or can you provide clarification on this, that, or the other thing within the plans or the bid set?
Right.
Right, and then as a follow-up, you were at the walkthrough.
Yeah.
We had a walk,
Visit.
yeah, we had a walkthrough with the contractors. Shenandoah did not show up for that one. I guess they did it on their own.
They were already on property on another project, so they.
Right. Yep, so, and that's fine, not every contractor has to show up to the walkthrough, it's just, for them to, put their eyes on the project, and if they're already here, then. Then, they're familiar with the site,
Right.
so, I would say that, from my perspective, the two that are, the contenders would be JFB and South Florida Trading.
All right, so our next meeting will be on the 19th.
Okay,
What's that, a week from today? We're gonna ask for a recommendation from you
okay,
of the two. But the committee will review both proposals.
My question that I have, when we were doing the South Canal, we ran into a bunch of additional trees and stuff. When the contractors were bid, were they told that they're responsible for clearing all the trees and everything, all the extra stuff?
yeah,
And
100%.
I think that's why Shenandoah was much higher, because stuff kept being added on to the project.
Yeah, I would say that the project we're involved now,
Yeah,
the estimator could have did a better job. No two ways about it.
okay, it's just,
But what project is not gonna have things that you,
we know that,
right?
but
This project that we're on now, there are some structural elements that didn't exist on South Drive. One of them is the spillway on the western end,
right,
which is pretty substantial. Kind of the only one I know, actually. Right? You don't have that on the South Canal.
yeah, so there shouldn't be so many changes when we're doing the North Canal, it should be pretty straight.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you look through our bid, there's a total of 23 different line items, and we get all the way down to the roof drains that are currently,
Right.
just discharging straight into the canal.
Okay.
So we're capturing those roof drains so that you don't have the unsightly aspect of multiple pipes coming through the canal that create washouts and maintenance issues.
Yeah.
So we're collecting that, we're re-diverting it so that it doesn't create a maintenance issue in the future. So,
Okay.
yeah, we've quantified all this, and, for any of the contractors that did not submit the RFI, I mean, they're pretty locked in unless it, was something that they just encounter underground that's unforeseen, something like that. So, the plans, the unit quantities, and the walkthrough gave them ample opportunity to keep this bid as tight as possible. That being said, it's good standard practice to just have 10% in contingency.
Right. David, do you have any questions?
No, I'm glad that Fausto brought that up, because main thing is that now we're taking our CAM away from doing other business because he has to go find a tree trimmer or someone to pull the tree down. So that's important that all of that is included.
And we did get RFIs about that. Sorry to interrupt.
And what if
Yeah, they actually asked us, are we responsible for getting all the trees out of the canal?
Thank you, I'll continue. And I understand the pricing situation. Have you had personal experience with these two lower bidders? And have they had problems pulling permits? Seems that though Shenandoah did a good job, they just had a difficult time of pulling permits. Now, whether it's their fault or not, sometimes it's the contractor's fault for not being able to pull permits.
Yeah, so with regards to my experience with, I have experience with 3 of the bidders.
Okay.
I don't have any experience with Shenandoah. But the other 3 I've known I've known JFB for 8 years, and the other 2 I've known for more than 10 years. So they're legitimate businesses. This is their method of work, and this is their industry, right? As far as pulling a permit goes, this is a maintenance project.
Mhm.
So there is no permit necessary
Well, we had to get different permits.
for maybe a fence permit.
Yeah,
You know,
everything. But pull this thing out, everything seemed to be hinging on this permit and that permit. I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to come against those, situations where everything is downtime time. This happened to be done or that happened.
Now, the only permit that I foresee being necessary for this project is the fence permit. That's it, because we are removing the
That's
fence.
being included in
Okay,
the final project,
yeah,
right?
100%.
Derek,
Yes, sir.
how about interaction with Palm Beach County Water Utilities? We have that outflow pipe and a contract for reclaimed water.
100%. That's part of our responsibility to coordinate, if you have a contact over there.
I do.
Yeah, to shut that down during construction is gonna be an important part of the project.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't want, luckily, Murphy would be that, the water comes on right when the concrete's wet. I mean, it would be a mess. So yeah, we're gonna,
Luckily, it's rainy season, so I don't have to worry so much about irrigation.
yeah. And then, as far as, our coordination, that's part of what we're gonna be doing. With the contractors to coordinate the water utilities department to shut that off.
Question,
Yes.
now what about drainage districts?
So the drainage district that you guys
South Florida.
are under is South Florida Water Management District. It is an old permit, but the stipulation or the condition of approval back in the day is, still relevant to today. And, they call it an environmental resource permit. And in that permit, it is your responsibility to maintain your drainage system according to the original design. Right? So this is a maintenance project, to bring things back to their originally approved state. So the South Florida Water Management District does not issue a permit for maintenance because it's already a requirement of the permit.
If anything, they say thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right.
This is us doing our job.
And there's nothing in here about doing anything pertaining to that footbridge situation, right? Good, that's what I wanna hear.
There is no football,
Okay,
If they come around,
other than demolishing it.
yeah, with the mouse,
we're talking about
Yeah.
replacing it, as long as there's nothing to do with that.
position is the plans are in place. If they want to come forward and make an agreement, we're good to go.
Okay.
Having children's studies to Florida.
I have to wait till I'm done.
And
Just trying to think.
I think when I'm.
Anything else? Those are the most important things, that we don't have too many change orders,
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, and the bid distribution came out, pretty typical. Usually you have one really low ball and then you have one really high. But you have two right in line with each other, and then you have just two really high. That's like
Right.
more than double.
Derek, I guess what happens now is you take these home with you, upload them, send us digital copies of each one, so we can get it to our server.
Yep.
And then we'll meet again on the 19th with the committee, and you'll give us a recommendation.
Okay, perfect. And you want us to be there for the meeting on the 19th, or is that gonna be handled in-house?
No, you could be there for the 19th, and you're certainly welcome to attend via Zoom.
Okay,
We're Zoom.
okay. Yeah, I mean, we're right around the corner, so, it's easy enough for us to.
South Florida, you said you've worked with them for 10 years, is that what you said?
South Florida Grading, I've known Tim and his operation since 2009. So actually 2008, in the depths of the
All right,
GFC. So I've known, South Florida Grading since 2008 and JFB since for about 8 years.
okay,
So
Okay,
both of them are legit
all right.
licensed and do this work.
Bonnie, any questions?
No, we're good on our budget, yeah.
Meeting on the 19th, is that a noon meeting also?
it'll be, yeah,
It's the rescheduled
bids and info.
They were, by the way, the committee was welcome to attend. They were all told about the meeting. Dave, did you raise your hand?
Yeah, David has a question.
Eric, in your experience with these two companies. Well, first of all, where are they located? How far away are they? Distance wise from us?
Yeah, so JFB is in Lantana.
Right.
And the South Florida Grading is in Stewart. Yeah. The South Florida Grading's in Stewart area.
With your projects you've done with them, how have they how have they maintained their timeline upon of completion of the projects?
Very good, very good. Yeah, that was actually built into the bidding process as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, this isn't a retirement job. This is get in and get out because we have a limited time with everybody out of the,
I'm sure they have other places to be.
yeah, I mean, 100%.
In the beginning, you mentioned too, they didn't follow instructions. Was that South Florida and
No.
Shenandoah?
Yeah, so, the instructions that they didn't follow was the seal bid. Which, yeah, it happens.
Anybody have any other questions for Derek?
Today is what?
Today is the
13th.
Wednesday, the 13th.
13.
and our meeting is at 12 o'clock on the 19th.
We're gonna need those downloaded very quickly, because the bid committee should have them,
Yeah, we want to get them out there.
Right.
And I'm guessing we should really send out the 2, right? Not the 4. We'll keep,
well, I'm not involved in that part of it, you
what
know.
do you think?
I think it would make it a lot easier.
I mean, we're gonna have all 4 in our database,
Right.
but
I think that those two should be the ones that we look at closer. And if there's people have questions, we can always expand it afterwards. So if they're not happy with either one of those, we have options.
Yeah.
all right, guys, thank you for coming.
All right. no
All right,
problem.
thank you.
Happy to help out.
Don't forget this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Spencer will have these packaged up for you by the end of the day.
Oh, this is Spencer. All right.
Now you
Jerry.
Hey, guys. Stay safe. Be well.